Welcome back to our journey through the turning points of the year 2024, and we are going to continue this video. Well, if part 1 was a roller coaster which basically covered the pivotal events of the year 2024, covering the inauguration of Ram Mandir at Ayodhya, then the general elections and finally the market fluctuations, well, this particular video is going to be much more exhilarating and much more interesting because we are going to cover the important sports segment, finally moving on to the grand Indian wedding, and then finally we have the entertainment segment. Why? Because this year, the 2024 year, has been important in all these particular aspects. Let's get with it and know how this year has set benchmarks and standards very high for the year 2025. Starting with the Paris Olympic and Paralympic victories to the historic moments in chess, and finally the boys winning back the ICC Cricket Men's World Cup. This year was monumental and transformative in every possible way. Well, we start with the highlights of Paris Olympics 2024. We had in total, India had a total of 6 medals, out of which 1 was silver and 5 were bronze. Well, talking about the stats, it is actually a dip because back in 2020 Tokyo Olympics, we had a total of 7 medals. Talking about Paris Olympics 2024, we had the golden boy of our country, the javelin star Neeraj Chopra winning back home the silver medal, which is he fell just short behind the Pakistani winner. And then we finally had Manu Bhakar, who won the spotlights and the highlights for winning 2 bronze medals at Olympics this time, and she became the first Indian woman to win medals in shooting in Olympics for India. Now this is very significant, a very important and historic moment in the Indian sports. Now let us move on to the Paralympics, which basically set a much more memorable and significant and basically a historic moment for us. Why? Because the medal tally was much higher. We had 29 medals, right? Out of which 7 happened out of the 29 medals. 7 happen to be gold, and there are 9 silver medals along with 13 bronze medals. Now this is basically too good. I mean, wow, we should be proud. So Avni Lekhara was one who in the Paralympics basically gained a lot of spotlight all across the country because she won 2 gold medals at the Olympics, together in Paralympics 2024. Now let us move on to the cricket segment, which everybody is interested in. And finally, in the year 2024, under the able captainship of Rohit Sharma, we had our boys being unbeatable throughout the entire tournament. They remained indomitable, they remained unbeatable, and finally brought back home the trophy. Our Indian team, emerged as victor against South Africa in the final tournament and basically crashed and quashed South Africa by a thrilling 7 runs. Now that's very well, the moment was pretty historic and people had a lot of anxieties, but then we did bring home back the trophy. Yes, that's the spirit. Now let us move on to the chess segment. Now chess world was entirely astounded when D. Gukesh basically became a world chess champion at the age of 18 years. A monumental moment in the chess world. Why? Because he defeated Ding Liren and brought immense pride and honor to the country. Now, all of us know Indians are fond of cinema, drama, theatrics and entertainment, and Bollywood is the perfect destination for it. And talking about Bollywood, this year 2024 proved to be extremely fortunate, and by fortunate I mean fortune and money. It proved to be very good for the Bollywood industry. Now talking about the massive blockbuster hits given by the entertainment industry this year, we had Pushpa The Rule 2 stealing all spotlights, stealing all hearts across the country. Now Pushpa The Rule 2 emerged as an all-time blockbuster with massive gross earning on the box office. It had a gross earning of 1,652 crore rupees, which is like an all-time high. Pushpa The Rule 2 also became the fastest Indian movie to cross 1000 crore rupees mark just 6 days post its release. Pushpa The Rule 2, we have Stree 2, which also a Bollywood movie, a Bollywood Hindi movie, which basically crossed 500 crore rupees mark and landed at 852 crores of rupees, also making it a blockbuster hit movie of the entire year. Now, talking about the most streamed music and soundtracks, it was also from the movie Stree 2. Talking about the actors and actresses, again it was Allu Arjun from Pushpa The Rule 2 who stole the limelight, who stole the spotlight of becoming the most successful actor, male actor of the year 2024, closely followed by Shah Rukh Khan. Talking about actresses, Deepika Padukone with the movies Kalki and Fighter becomes the most successful and sought after actress of this year, closely followed by Shraddha Kapoor with Stree 2, which also was pretty successful this year, and she has also become a very successful and sought after actress in the year 2024. Now, we also had Animal by Ranbir Kapoor, which sparked a lot of controversy all across the country. However, it also crossed 500 crore rupee mark and gave basically Ranbir Kapoor the fame and respect that he basically wanted. Now, this year has been very important in entertainment wise, and this is going to significantly affect how it is going to be, how the entertainment industry is going to be in the year 2025, because benchmarks have been very high, standards are now very high, and we are waiting how the entertainment industry is going to deal with this in this upcoming year. Now, another event which was basically a steaming hot global event, global occurrence, was the wedding of the second son of Asia's richest man, business conglomerate and tycoon Mukesh Ambani's second son, Anant Ambani and Radhika Ambani. Now, this wedding basically attracted global limelight, as this wedding has been considered as one of the most expensive weddings in the entirety of the history, as the total expenditure add up to about $600 million or 5,000 crore rupees. Now, this is not just an event that we are talking about. This is basically an occurrence which spans to about 6 months in 1 year, which is like 2024. We had like a number of pre-wedding celebrations, we had parties, we had engagement parties, and then finally we had the wedding. And because of all this event, the particular marriage of Radhika Ambani and Anant Ambani basically caught the attention from people all across the world. Let us get into details. Now, just talking about the pre-wedding celebrations, an amount of $300 million was allocated. What did this pre-wedding celebration basically involve? Let us talk about it. This luxurious cruise basically sailed across the European countries of Rome, Cannes and Portofino. What happened in this cruise that was so talked about? So we had like performances by international pop stars like Justin Bieber, Rihanna and Katy Perry. Now, after this luxurious trip to the entirety of Europe, this couple basically hosted an extravagant and majestic engagement party which featured a specific and private performance by the global pop star Rihanna. The reports suggest Rihanna and Katy Perry, both of these global pop stars, basically charged an amount of $5 million for one performance each. Justin Bieber charged a much higher amount, which is like $10 million for one performance. Not only this, after that we finally had the main marital and wedding rituals taking place, which took place at Geo World Convention Center. Now, this place basically spans an area of 1.1 million square feet, and this place hosted VVIPs, like very important people from all different arenas that you can imagine. The guest list was full of all the people that we hear about on daily news, and we read about them in newspapers. We had like global sensations Kim Kardashian, John Cena, former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, we had Tony Blair, we had a number of Bollywood sensations, Bollywood stars and pop stars. We had Shah Rukh Khan, Deepika Padukone, we had Nick Jonas, Priyanka Chopra. All the names that you can imagine were together in one frame at the wedding of Anant Ambani and Radhika Ambani, including the Honorable Prime Minister of the country, Shri Narendra Damodar Das Modi. Now, let us talk about the expenses which revolved around the marital function of this particular couple. Talking about Neeta Ambani, she was the one who gained a lot of attention. It was not exactly her, but it was the necklace that she was wearing, which basically had the attention and eye of all the people around, especially the designers. Why? Because Neeta Ambani was the night Neeta Ambani at the night of the wedding was wearing an emerald studded diamond necklace, which basically ranged between 400 to 500 crore rupees.